welcome YouTubers. My name is BNA Spartan, and today we're going to be starting a new series on my channel called BNA Spartan Reviews. And with this series, we're going to be reviewing the pay-per-views for WWE as well as Monday Night Raws. I will be uploading the pay-per-views on probably Tuesday nights and Monday Night Raws on Wednesday nights, because I don't get a chance to watch them until then, because I don't get the chance to watch pay-per-views on Sunday nights, and I don't get the chance to watch Monday Night Raw on Monday nights. So, like I said, it'll be uploaded Tuesday and Wednesday. So today we're going to be reviewing Battleground 2014 from Sunday, July 20th. And we had a really good card that turned out to be a really bad pay-per-view. Like, I was really disappointed in this pay-per-view. There were a couple matches and a couple scenes that really got my attention, but other than that, it was like, really? This is all y'all can come up with? So first we had the Wyatts, or no, we'll go to the pre-show first. We had Adam Rose versus Fandango. And during this match, Summer Rae and Layla came dancing with the Exotic Express, the Rosebuds. What are they doing with Summer Rae and Layla now? Are they tag teaming them up or what? Because I mean, they're with a different man each week. I mean, even with Dolph Ziggler, Adam Rose, who knows who they're gonna be with next? I mean, on Monday Night Raw they're with Zack Ryder. I mean, but that's for the Monday Night Raw review. But Summer Rae and Layla come out with the Rosebuds, and Adam Rose ends up getting the win with a party foul, a move which, in my view, is not a good move at all. It's a snapmare driver that doesn't look like it hurts at all. Whereas like, it's so similar to Dean Ambrose's headlock driver, Dirty Deeds, that it kind of throws off the actual move itself. I mean, it's a good move, but Adam Rose is not doing it well enough. So Adam Rose beats Fandango with the party foul, and when he's celebrating up on the ramp, he gets a kiss on each side from Summer Rae and Layla. Fandango needs to end this love triangle between him, Summer Rae, and Layla, or Summer Rae and Layla need to end this love triangle between them and Fandango, because it's going nowhere. It's been going nowhere for 2 months now since they started a Payback. Come on. But then we had Cameron versus Naomi. Can we talk about Cameron's attire? It is by far the sluttiest attire I have seen in WWE in a long time. A very long time. Naomi's wasn't much better, but Cameron was wearing the schoolgirl outfit. Now, the only time you ever see that is if you're watching X-rated stuff. You don't really see schoolgirl outfits anywhere else. But Cameron ends up getting a win with a roll-up after throwing Naomi into the ropes, which Michael Cole dubbed this as a schoolgirl pin. Come on, Michael Cole, really? I mean, we already know that Cameron's acting like the schoolgirl. He's acting like the bitch he wanted the schoolgirls. Let's not take this any farther as to call it a schoolgirl roll-up. It's a schoolboy roll-up. That's what it is. It's what it's always been. But I can tell that Cameron is really not that good a wrestler. Naomi is very talented. So I was very disappointed at what I saw from Naomi on Battleground. But Cameron getting the win over Naomi seems to tell me that this feud is going to go on a little bit longer. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, we start off the Battleground pay-per-view with an amazing performance by the Usos and the Wyatt family in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The Usos end up getting the win with a double splash from the same top turnbuckle. Like, they both stand on the rope next to the top turnbuckle and they got the double splash onto Luke Harper, which got the win. Now the first one went to Luke Harper. He off of a boot, which I've never seen him pin anybody with before either, so it surprised me. And then the Usos got their first fall with a roll up. Not even a good roll up at that. It was a really sloppily made roll up. I don't see how Luke Harper didn't kick out of it. But the finish of this match was amazing. I mean, it ended. I mean, the Usos went super kick crazy, and but one point in the match really sold it for me. This is where I really loved this match. I believe it was Jimmy Uso super kicked Luke Harper, and Luke Harper no-sold the shit out of this kick. They got the kick on him, knocked his face up, turned around and hit the discus clothesline on Jimmy. 1, 2, and then Jake has to come in and save it. And I was really looking for the Wyatts to win this match, because I am a big fan of the Wyatts. I am a big fan of all 3 of them. Bray Wyatt is one of my top favorite superstars in the company right now, and Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are my favorite tag team in the WWE right now. Aside from Stardust and Goldust, but that's Stardust and Goldust. That's a whole different thing there. They're not even right now in the tag team contentions. But I was really looking for the Wyatts to win this match, but I guess WWE wanted the Usos to win, which is really stupid because they've done nothing with the tag team titles except for these last 2 pay-per-view defenses, where they had amazing matches against Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. But another point that sold in this match for me was Luke Harper hit a super kick on I believe it was Jey Uso. I can't tell the Usos apart right now. I can't even tell the Usos apart at all anyway. But I think it was Jey Uso, and he hit a super kick on Jey Uso that nearly knocked Uso's head off. It was that big a kick that I'm surprised that Jimmy kicked out. That whichever Uso it was kicked out of it. Another point, Eric Rowan managed to kick out of the splash, which surprised me because Eric Rowan has really been seen as not the bigger part of the Wyatt family tag team. Eric Rowan has been more thought of the afterthought. At the beginning of the match, one of the Usos, I think he pushed Eric Rowan into the ring post, and the sheet mask was hanging there. When the way the camera got it was just amazing. I mean, it was amazing. But that was about all that I liked. That match between the Usos and the Wyatt family topped their performance at Money in the Bank. I believe they did completely. But going on to the next match, we had we were supposed to have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. But when Seth Rollins was backstage doing an interview with Renee Young, Dean Ambrose came and attacked him. Beat the shit out of him too. But Triple H came and broke it up. Or no, several of the ring crew and everybody came and broke it up. And then finally Triple H came and ejected Dean Ambrose from the building. Which I was looking forward to the Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins match because that rivalry has taken up a lot of WWE television. And that rivalry is my favorite rivalry right now between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. So we ended up not having that match. And Dean Ambrose got ejected from the building. But coming up after that it was AJ Lee versus Paige. And AJ Lee versus Paige did not do as well as I thought they would. They are 2 amazing competitors, but they did not do as well as I thought they would. I was expecting the heel turn from Paige at Battleground, but it didn't happen either, which sucks. But AJ won with a Shining Wizard to Paige when she was in the corner. Not Shining Wizard when she was in the corner. When she was lying down, when she was sitting down in the corner, she had a Shining Wizard, and that's how she won the match. Paige hit the Page Turner on AJ a little later in the match. But AJ was able to kick out of it, which really sold me on AJ. I've been a big fan of AJ for a long time, but her kicking out of Paige's finishing maneuver sold me to her as a main event diva. But Paige also got out of the Black Widow, which she did the same thing at the night after WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, but she didn't hit the page turner off that. I at least don't think. I didn't catch most of the match because I was in the process of doing a whole bunch of other things at the same time, and I never got the chance to pause. But I did catch the next match, which was the next match. The next match on the card was Rusev versus Jack Swagger, where Rusev won by countout, and then attacked Jack Swagger after the match as Jack Swagger was knocked unconscious. Because Swagger had that match won a couple times. He had that match won when he had that Patriot locked in. He had that Patriot locked in for forever. So it was surprised me that Jack Swagger actually got out of it. I mean, not Jack Swagger. That Rusev actually got out of it with his little T-Rex arms and reaching the bottom rope and whatnot. And then Jack Swagger went. This is where I think Jack Swagger messed up, was he went outside and hit the ankle, put the Patriot lock on him on the outside. And Rusev ended up countering that and threw, or not countering it, but he had it locked in for a while. Rusev was able to climb up the steps with his hands, and eventually fling Jack Swagger off of him and into the steel ring post face first, which knocked Swagger out cold. Now after the match itself was pretty good, but the post match assault by Rusev really sold really sold the ankle injury for Rusev, that because he was locked in that Patriot lock forever. But he did the stomp and the accolade onto Jack Swagger after the match on the inside. But when he did the stomp on the back, you could see he was in pain there. So but him locking the accolade onto an unconscious Swagger was amazing. Next was a segment where Seth Rollins came out to the ring and made I think it's Justin Roberts, the ring announcer. He made Justin Roberts declare Seth Rollins the winner of the match with Dean Ambrose by forfeit. And so he did. And as Seth Rollins was going out the ramp, Dean Ambrose came out of the crowd and attacked Seth Rollins again. This is the second time of the night he's attacked Seth Rollins. And this actually turned out to be a lengthy assault by Dean Ambrose on Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins got almost no offense in here. He really did. But he ended up having to be carried by his arms and legs out of the arena. Again. And so next we had Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. And this match ended up a lot different than I thought it would. I thought they would put Bray Wyatt over, but after reading some articles on why they put Chris Jericho over, I can see why they put Chris Jericho over. Apparently they put Chris Jericho over because they want to put Wyatt over at SummerSlam on a bigger stage than Battleground was, which I completely agree with. But Chris Jericho ended up winning this match with the Codebreaker after he was hit with so much different stuff. I mean, Bray Wyatt put everything he had onto him, and there's a lot of ring rust from Chris Jericho for this match. A lot of ring rust, but it ended up being a pretty good match in my opinion. I believe next was the segment where Seth Rollins was being walked out of the arena by security, and Seth Rollins should not have done this, but he told the security to go back inside about halfway into the parking lot. And as he's told him to go inside, he kept on looking around him, and eventually turned around to be facing away from his car. And Dean Ambrose, this is amazing. Dean Ambrose jumps out of the trunk and comes after Seth Rollins with tire iron. A tire iron. This is amazing. He ended up missing the tire iron, but but Seth Rollins ended up being able to get into his car and drive away, with Dean Ambrose looking back with a psychomaniac look on his face, which I love. And so I guess Dean Ambrose got the better of Seth Rollins all night tonight. And while I wish there would have been an official match, I actually do like these brawls a lot better because they're unsanctioned. You can use whatever the hell you want on each other. I hope at SummerSlam maybe they might have a match for the Money in the Bank briefcase, maybe since Dean Ambrose got screwed out of it, or maybe have a no disqualification match or something along those lines that'll make it interesting to see. Next we had the Intercontinental Championship Battle Royale, which Miz won by last eliminating Dolph Ziggler, which really pissed me off because I'm a big fan of Ziggler, and by making it so Ziggler was the last one eliminated, you just threw away a lot of Ziggler momentum. But Miz stayed out of the match most of this match. He was either outside the ring, or I don't know if he was outside the ring or lying under the ring or something, but he came in the last second and threw Dolph Ziggler over. So really way to win, but he wanted to take the money maker. So Miz ended up winning. There were a lot of Kofi Kingston never fails to amaze me when it comes to Battle Royales and Royal Rumbles. At Battleground, he ended up jumping off the apron onto the shoulders of Big E, and Cesaro ended up deadlifting him back into the ring. Now Cesaro eventually eliminated him, which made for a really fun, really funny segment here where Heath Slater ended up eliminating Cesaro. Cesaro got eliminated by Heath Slater. That's a really momentum drop, because Heath Slater sucks. But other than that, this was really ordinary battle royal. He ended up. Ziggler got a couple really cool eliminations, like when he eliminated Sheamus before he got eliminated. He eliminated Sheamus with a super kick as Sheamus was coming over the top rope for the battering ram, and he also ended up eliminating Alberto Del Rio with a DDT onto the ropes. Like it was like a DDT hotshot type thing. It was really cool. Last, we had the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I did not watch all of this match because I was not very interested in it. It was the only person I was interested in there was Roman Reigns, and from what I heard, he really put on a really good showing, but John Cena still ended up winning, which really just completely tore me off the match. I was like, screw it, I don't want to watch it. What I did see was a lot of Randy Orton and Kane teaming up on them, which, from what I heard, eventually, I think Kane turned on Randy Orton, and so John Cena ended up winning the match. I don't know how he won the match. I'd like to see how he won the match, but I didn't get the chance to. So I probably will go on and watch that sometime. But that's about it. I mean, overall, this pay-per-view was really disappointing to me. I really did not like it. It was really disappointing. It was one of those pay-per-views that a lot of fans were like, WWE really, like they advertised Rollins versus Ambrose, and we didn't get the match. It just ended up really being a really shitty pay-per-view. But that's all, guys. I mean, once again, I'm being a Spartan. Follow me, click the like button, and I'll see y'all later.